131 trades, a win rate touching 77%, and a solid profit factor of 2.23. All of this achieved with an average trade duration of just 5 minutes per position. But the most important question is, how stable is this EA when facing the real volatility of the gold market? Is the drawdown safe for our accounts? In this video, we are going to technically dissect the live performance of the AI Xauusd Scalper. Let's look at the real data. Let's start from the main Myfxbook dashboard. This AI Xauusd Scalper EA is running on a real Exness account with 1 to 500 leverage. From the recorded history, this EA was deployed on February 21, 2026. This means the data captures roughly 3 weeks of running time. With an initial deposit of $1,500, this EA has generated a gain of 2.89%, or a net profit of around $43.17. That number might look conservative, but look at the drawdown. The maximum drawdown only reached 5.26%. The growth chart you see on the screen shows a very smooth and stable upward curve, indicating that strict risk management is in place during this initial phase. If we dive into the Advanced Statistics tab, the technical metrics start looking really interesting. Out of a total of 131 trades, this EA dominates long or buy positions with a 77% accuracy. What makes this performance solid is its profit factor, sitting at 2.23. In the world of automated trading, anything above 2.0 is an indicator of a very healthy system. The average win is at $0.78, while the average loss is at negative $1.17. The risk ratio per trade is indeed slightly larger, but it is tightly covered by the high win rate and the speed of execution, where the average trading duration only takes 5 minutes. Looking at the Summary tab, there are no surprises here. This EA is 100% focused on trading the Xauusd pair, just as its name suggests. Out of a total of 5,234 pips secured, 101 positions ended in the green and only 30 positions were closed in the negative. Full concentration on a highly liquid pair like gold is indeed the core strategy of this scalping system. Now let's peek into its execution engine in the History tab. You can see the EA's aggressiveness in opening an initial lot of 0.01. Pay attention to the duration column. This is pure scalping. There are positions closed in just 4 seconds, 20 seconds, to 6 minutes. Lightning-fast market entries and exits like this rely heavily on latency. This EA is designed to snatch a few pips extremely quickly when the momentum of gold price movement occurs, without leaving positions hanging in the market for too long. For monthly growth, since it started at the end of February, we see an initial gain of 0.68%. Heading into March, the chart skyrocketed to 2.21%. This trend shows that the EA's algorithmic system has started to find the right rhythm with the gold market's volatility in the current month. For those of you interested in running this EA and wanting to get execution results in seconds like what we saw in the history, broker selection and VPS are crucial. I highly recommend using a broker with low spreads and a VPS server with a latency under 5 milliseconds. If you want to use the exact same environment as my setup, you can check the registration links for my go-to broker and VPS in the description box below. Now, the stable results we just saw are directly tied to the tuning I did. If you look at the EA's default preset, the grid distance is set very tight at 40, with a take profit of 20 pips. In the gold market, a 40-point distance is highly dangerous if a sudden price spike occurs. Therefore, in the preset I use on Exness, I widened the grid distance to 200 and increased the closed TP pips to 25. I also adjusted the equity percent parameters to 5, 16, and 30 to control the aggressiveness of its lot multiplier. The result? The drawdown is much better protected, avoiding silly margin calls when the trend is strong. Besides Exness, the characteristic of a scalper EA like this absolutely requires super fast execution from a true ECN type broker. For those of you located in Europe or who prefer different regulations, running this EA on IC markets is a very smart choice. The raw spread from IC markets is perfect for executing the M1 and M5 strategies of this AI Xauusd Scalper. The link to register for an IC Markets raw spread account is also provided in the video description. To wrap up the technical side, the MQL5 profile of the developer Harsh Tiwari confirms that this EA is indeed optimized for the M1 and M5 timeframes. It utilizes a hybrid system, combining trend following and momentum detection, backed by a high-impact news filter. The inclusion of an optional grid feature makes the preset modifications we discussed earlier absolutely crucial. In conclusion, the AI Xauusd Scalper shows highly promising potential as a daily profit-generating machine. With a 77% win rate and a stable profit margin under the right modified preset, the risks of its grid system can be minimized to a very safe drawdown limit of 5%. But remember, the consistency of this EA heavily relies on server latency and broker spreads. If you want to learn step-by-step how to install this EA, load the exact preset I use, and set up the VPS correctly, make sure to watch video 1 from the EA review playlist on this channel. Thanks for watching and happy trading!